Hello, this is John with Modern Exterior. I'm here today to talk to you briefly about an issue that a lot of people ask me about, and that is, why is there a water bubble in my ceiling? So, water bubbles often occur in ceilings due to moisture. That is actually the only reason that you'll see a bubble going on in your ceiling. So, if there is water getting into your substrate, so say in this case it's going to be drywall, it's going to get stuck between that and the paint below. So the paint is either going to be acrylic, it's going to be latex, it's going to be some sort of polymer that can hold water, and that paint is actually going to start to deform when that moisture is building up, and it's going to keep deforming, getting bigger, and being incredibly unsightly. It's a really good sign as to that there is moisture going on. So that's going to be a symptom, but not the problem itself. If you see a ceiling bubble, that's not actually the problem itself, it's just a symptom of the problem. So primary reasons of why I see these happen is they're oftentimes in bathrooms. What happens is people take hot showers, there's a lot of steam, and they fail to turn on their bathroom fan, and what that causes is a lot of moisture buildup in that ceiling space, and that it can actually create moisture or bubbles once that moisture condenses and turns into water again. Speaking of ventilation issues, that can happen on a much larger scale in attic spaces. So a majority of the homes I go into, the attics aren't properly vented. I think the national statistic is 90% of homes are not vented properly. And what venting in your attic looks like is you're gonna have a shingle like this coming up. You have your insulation. You want a gap there to make sure air is coming in from the outside, going up, and out your vents. You have either a box vent or potentially ridge vent. Sometimes some people have whirly birds, some people have power vents. Either way, you want air going in, through, and out. Without that, if there's moisture in your house, that is eventually going to make its way up in the attic, and it's going to get trapped. And then when it gets trapped, it's going to get cold, it's going to condense, and then it's going to drip. Oftentimes you'll see staining, but in severe cases where there's a lot of moisture, it can actually condense so much water that it creates a bubble. The primary reason you'll see a ceiling bubble, however, is going to be due to a property. It takes a significant amount of water to cause a bubble to happen on your ceiling. So a significant amount of water can do a lot of damage to your home. That's just a symptom to the problem. It can be unsightly, of course, but really it's doing a lot of damage, causing mold, it's causing the destruction of your insulation. So this insulation and this insulation are from the same piece of insulation. This used to be at this thickness. So that water has condensed this insulation down, made an unsightly ball that's not really doing much for you if you have it in your attic space. So it can cause financial damages, it can cause health problems. All these leak problems can cause all kinds of issues, and what you're noticing on your end is going to be that ceiling bubble. So what can you do to resolve these issues, take care of these ceiling bubbles? Ultimately, you have to take care of these issues at the source. So what you need to do is you need to either, when you're taking a shower, turn on that bathroom fan, make sure that hot, humid air is escaping. That's the easiest solution if that is your problem. If your attic isn't vented properly, you want to have an expert come out, inspect your attic, make sure it's ventilated properly. Make sure the amount of air coming in matches the amount of air going out, and that is enough for your attic space. That's usually measured in the square footage of your attic space. If there's a roof leak, obviously you want to have a roof leak expert come out to take a look at the health of your roof. So if there's an improper flashing, if there's an issue with the vent, anything of that sort, you want to get that resolved. Sometimes shingles are too old and you would need to get a roof replacement. Past that, then you need to look at resolving the damage that has been done by that moisture. So say you have bad insulation, you want to get that replaced with good insulation so your HVAC systems don't have to work so hard. Any damaged drywall, you're going to want to get that replaced just because there is a risk of a mold buildup. If there's a severe amount of condensation in your attic space, you might need to get mold remediation. So get that sprayed, make sure that mold stops growing, dies, and doesn't harm you or your family. Past that, then once your roof gets that clean bill of health and all the damage done by that moisture is taken care of, then you can sleep easy knowing that problem has been resolved. This is John with Modern Exterior. I am signing off.